Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Welcome. This is the 152nd episode of the Political Spotlight. I am your host, Kristopher H. Bilbrey. It's great to be with you. Thank you for tuning in and giving us a little bit of your time. We know that your time is valuable, and we know that you could be pretty much anywhere right now besides here. So we thank you for spending a little bit of your time, a little bit of your evening with us. We are very appreciative of that time, ladies and gentlemen. Please, if you're here, wherever you're here from, thank you for being here. If you are here from YouTube, you know what to do. Please sneak in and give us a thumbs up. Give us the thumb. Like the show if you could. That helps us out. If you're not here from YouTube, maybe consider coming over to YouTube. Create a profile. It's free. Get on the Political Spotlight on YouTube. It's free. You can subscribe. It's free. Hit the bell. It's free. And then consider becoming a member or doing whatever. It might cost you a little bit of money, but hey, it helps out. It's value for the content, value for value content. If you get value out of what we do here, maybe consider, but hey, that's not what we need. We need you to be here with your ears to hear. That's the main thing, your ears and your eyes. We also want your content, and by that I mean if you're watching live, please comment next over here in the comment box. I guess it's that way, rather. It's that way. It's one of these ways. It's to the right of the YouTube box if you're watching live. If you're watching on repeat, that's easy. It's below, so comment down below, and we will get back to you. But above all else, please share the show with everyone you know. And let's help spread the word. Hey, I do want to let everybody know. I want to let everybody know that absolutely, I took some time last night and I cut the Sproles portion of last night's show and I made it its own small little episode. And it's about 57 minutes. And I've shared that to people. Please feel free to share that around to all of your Henry County people that you know. And I want you guys to know, just briefly, I'm going to show you here because I feel like it's very important for maybe the new people, for maybe the new people that might be here. I want to show you guys some important an important feature here on the Political Spotlight. If you're on YouTube and you're on our channel, the Political Spotlight here, you can come up here to the top and click playlist. And if you click playlist, you find all of our playlists here. You find we have the Political Spotlight live commentary. You've got Indiana State legislative happenings with Brandon Rudd. That was from last year or 2 years ago. We have our shorts spotlight. We have live on location. That's all of the meetings and events that happen outside of the studio. East Central Indiana politics, the junk drawer. But then right here for the Henry County people solely, we have Henry County, Indiana Sheriff John M. Sproles. And what I've decided is if we ever have someone that just is deserving of their own little place, if they're doing something really crazy, then we'll do that so people can have a nice and easy way to access that. You click on the view full playlist, you can see there is a lot of content here that is Sproles related. It's everything Sproles. So some of this content is in the other places because it has other content available too. But every one of these episodes has something to do with Sheriff Sproles being out of order, being out of control, being insane, being a threat, being dangerous. There are now 53 different episodes in here. So please share that along. Last night's Sproles video. Yeah, the Sproles video that I just put out as its own feed, it is now starting to make the rounds. I see here that there's some interesting comments here. Happy to be the Lawrence County representative of the Sproles Patrol. Wait, I meant the Sproles Watch. Yeah, you're Sproles Watch member. Sproles Patrol's the bad people. Jenna Beth, hey, thank you for putting up the hashtag Sproles Patrol, or what we use here is the Sproles Watch 2024. The Sproles Patrol is the bad people. That's what I'm gonna start calling those. That's all of the political figures that are with Sproles that are coming out to take over the Henry County government. So that's that. Brenda Grider, hello. Stumblefoot, hello. Alva, Casey and the Sunshine Band said what the Randolph County Election Board did is disgusting. Was disgusting. It's still disgusting. I hope that candidate gets back on the ballot. And I sure hope so too. I hope that candidate, I hope court action could be taken of basically all of the election board meetings that I have attended and been part of this year, maybe this year and last year. That is probably the most disgusting display of the board just completely going outside of what it's supposed to be doing. They're the candidate, as we talked last night or the night before. Karen Wilkins pulled 2 Republican ballots. She should be on the ballot. It's stupid that she's not. It's stupid that they did what they did. I have nothing else to say about it. I mean, it's gross. Hello, Bree. Thank you for being here. Kid Rock says Muncie YMCA got a $2 million donation today. A $2 million donation. Kid Rock, did it say from who the donation or from whom the donation came? Did it come from Edit? Henry County got effed on trade-in value for the cruisers. Henry County should have sold them private party. They would have got 2 to 3 times that. Yeah, I noticed that was kind of crazy. I was shocked. I was very shocked.
You cannot use that word when you're talking about anything that revolves around Sproles.
What?
Shocked. That's like his favorite word. It sounds like you're like supporting him with it.
Yes, shocked. I'm shocked. Sproles. I'm not trying to be ugly here. I'm not trying to be ugly. Hey, Cindy. No husband and wife. Really? Where did you see that at? Was that in the newspaper? I guess first up, so I'll let you know kind of what this show's going to be about tonight. It's a Thursday night. Generally, what we like to do here is we like to have the light shows for the first part of the week, and then we like to have the heavy shows, the big action-packed shows going out with a bang on the, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because that's, we like to give you something big going into the weekends to sustain you over until Sunday. But tonight, with everything being pretty much over, with everything being over, all of the election boards being over, the deadline ended for all challenge hearings and all of that today at noon. basically everything is done with the campaign except for the campaigning. Everything's done with the election except for the candidates to be campaigning and for us to learn who we support, who we don't, and to then, do what we've got to do. So we are basically in a spot right now. No. We're basically in a spot right now where we are going to be able to get that hair off there. Oh, I see it. Ah, that one right there was bugging me. All right, I got it off finally. Thank God. I didn't like it. We're going to be able to get back to taking like a closer look at things, maybe get back into looking at some Muncie stuff. Dan Ridenhour's had all this time and he's been thinking, Chris is paying attention to this election and the county and the crazy Democrat or the crazy Republican split and what's going on in Madison County in the state house. He's not paying attention to all the nonsense we're doing. Oh no. Ho, no, Dan. I absolutely have still been paying attention. I just knew that we could get to it at a later date because we had a lot of pressing matters. Now we are back at it. Before we get into the main parts of today's show, I do have a little bit to just close up on for the rest of the election board happenings. I just wanted to get this out there. And yes, I know. I did not get a haircut today. I promised everybody that we would have a haircut for tonight's show. And today didn't exactly go like I wanted it to, so we did not get a haircut. I'm not going to make you any promises. I'm going to try to get it done before Sunday. Who knows? Who knows?
If all else fails, I do cut all my boys' hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave Niles high and tights until he decided that shaving his head was easier.
Right.
Just saying.
I might have to see what goes on with that.
Moments of desperation.
Yes. Jeff, that's hilarious. I'm past due. Might Saturday. Got to run to Bedford, get lab work done for my oncology appointment next week. Ooh, that doesn't sound too good. I hope everything's going well there, Joey. Do it for the rating. I'll tell you what. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see how many likes we get. If we can get to 100,000 likes, I'll get my haircut. I don't. If you'll share this, I cut hair too. I'm looking at yours like, man, that's a 5-minute cut. Stay strong. Let it grow. I'm going to let it grow. All right. So I've got a couple things that I want to show you guys that I feel are it's kind of important, maybe interesting. First and foremost, going out of February, I do want to mention someone that I feel should probably get a mention and an honorable mention. It is the end of February 2024. We would already be in March if it was last year or next year, but it's a leap day. Happy leap day, y'all. Happy day, the day that was forgotten the other 3 or 4 years out of a stretch. I want to show you guys This newspaper article from Muncie, the Star Press. I'm viewing live from Henry County Hospital. I hope that you're okay, buddy. Wow. I hope that you're okay. I do it yearly for the rest of my life since they found a tumor on my appendix in 2022 during an appendectomy. Well, I'm glad that it's good. And man, I hate to hear that you're in the hospital, Jeff. I hope everything's all right. I don't know if you're working or visiting or staying there at the moment, but I hope everything is okay. We've got an important love it. I see that there, Alva. I cannot do bold. I have a very naughty head. It does not look good. I gotta tell you, I cannot do that. In kidney surgery, went sideways. Oh no, that's no good. Well, I hope everything's okay. You'll have to text me and let me know. I'll text you. I'll text you later or tomorrow and keep in touch with you. I hate to hear that. That's no good. Okay. Really quickly, I want to show you this because I feel like this is probably a good time to mention this. Very colorful person in Delaware County, Indiana politics. This is Black History Month in Muncie, and this is their last day of the year, last day of the month, rather. This is Kenneth Davenport, Mad Dog Kenny Davenport. To celebrate Black History Month, the Star Press will feature a daily brief about a prominent Black community member in Delaware County. Muncie, Indiana, although successes on Election Day was not part of the legacy of Kenneth Davenport, 1958 to 2019, the Muncie residents' persistence, optimism, and unfailing interest in his community were. Davenport, despite health issues and other personal challenges, was a candidate in nearly every local Democratic primary election for a quarter century, beginning with a race for Delaware County Sheriff in 1994. And I remember that first run. That was the very first time I realized that you did not have to be a police officer to run for sheriff. And I was like, that is so weird. I remember that. So bizarre that we're talking about this now because look, you don't have to be in law enforcement in Henry County apparently to be the sheriff, because look at Sproles. Who knew this would have a tie over into Sproles? Oh, and that's fitting that Mr. Davenport's a Black man. Isn't that interesting? Sproles' favorite people. Sproles is such a tool. He ultimately ran for sheriff and mayor of Muncie 6 times each. Also campaigning for Delaware County Commissioner, Treasurer, and County Council. Davenport never won his party's nomination for office, but he always held out hope his next campaign might end differently. At least I know I have some people who believe in me, he said, after drawing 937 votes in a failed campaign for sheriff in 2014. Never give up. And that was his phrase, never give up. Over the years, Davenport received more than 25,000 votes over the combined quarter century. He also said his campaigns were a reminder that the election process is open to all citizens, not just those with wealth and social connections. Some years, he noted, he was the only African-American candidate on the local ballot. In 2005, the Indiana Black Legislative Caucus of the Indiana General Assembly issued a proclamation honoring Davenport as a persistent example of citizenship by putting forth his name on the ballot in Delaware County. So that's just a really kind of brief article. And I want to say for the record, I know that Kenny Davenport in later years became a kind of controversial figure for several different reasons. He is now deceased, and that is that. But I just thought it was kind of interesting to put that up. I was looking in the paper earlier, and I thought that it might be interesting to look at Mr. Davenport. Ed did not challenge him. No. He ran back in the time that challenges didn't really happen. Challenges only, I mean, they've always been a thing, and it would happen from time to time, but it wasn't until really about 2018, 19, 2020 that the challenge period really became an insane tool that the people in power used in attempt to stop challengers from trying to take on their beloved candidates. And it was a tool that they said, no, you, the peon citizen, you cannot use this method. And that's why it was so important for me to keep my promise to them this time and spank them in this process the way that I did, because it let the world see how hypocritical they were. And it's just absolutely disgusting. Next up, I do want to show a quick, another quick article that was found in the Star Press today. I was actually shocked at how long it took this article to get to the paper. Here this is. Ballot remains the same after election board hears challenges to candidate paperwork. All right. What an amazing article this is. The Delaware County Election Board finished hearing challenges to the candidates on the Republican primary ballot Wednesday. In the end, no changes were made to the ballot lineup for May. Last week, the effort to hear ballot challenges was cut short when a natural gas leak from a neighboring building caused the Delaware County building where the meeting was taking place to be evacuated. The leak was repaired and the board meeting resumed Wednesday afternoon. Last year, going into the 2023 municipal primary election, paperwork mistakes in filing documents cost 2 Republican candidates the opportunity to retain their seats on the Muncie City Council. As they were taken off the ballot, issues this year did not rise to that level. I think the issues rose to the level, but I don't think that our election board members rose to the level of doing the duty that they should be doing. Last week, before the evacuation, David Williams, who is a Republican candidate for at-large county council and Republican committeeman for Precinct 51, had filed challenges to Brad Bookout's candidacy for Delaware County Council and to Ed Carroll, who is the GOP county chairman, as well as the county auditor. And Williams is running against both men, okay? Williams is running for county council at large, as well as he's running for precinct committee person to District 51. Williams had claimed the paperwork errors in filing by both Bookout and Carroll, but his challenges were rejected because of the way that he filled out his challenge paperwork. Delaware County Clerk Rick Spangler, who is also a member of the board, said that Williams had made the challenge as a candidate filing a petition, which he is not, because his candidacy does not require a petition. The clerk said he should have filed the challenge as a registered voter. Because of the paperwork error, the election board rejected his challenges. But I want it known that they did not reject the challenges of Dwayne Richmond and David Hall last year for the same damn mistake. Even though yours truly pointed it out on this very program, and the candidates who were challenged last year, they pointed it out in each time that they were up to the plate, up to the table, and the board did not throw out the challenges. So I just want you to sit with that for a minute. Last year, because it was the Republican Party with the Republican minions doing the work of the Republican Party in an attempt to take out Troy Ingram and to take out Brandy Webb and to take out Chuck Leonard, they filed paperwork and they were allowed to stay in the ballot, even though they made the same stay in the challenge process, even though they made the same damn mistake that Williams made. Absolutely disgusting. Moving on, it says the remaining challenges were made by Kristopher H. Bilbrey. One complaint noted that the notary failed to sign the notarized paperwork at the time of the filing. Local attorney Joe Hunter, the representative for the Democrats on the board, said it did not appear that Bilbrey had standing to complain about the matter because it did not cause him any direct injury. Now, I wish Mr. Hunter, I wish these guys would take the time to contact the Indiana Secretary of State's office before they just threw out their regular nonsense everyday crap from their law practice. That's an amazingly wonderful practice, I'm sure, because election law is a tad bit different, and there are people that will help them with this issue. It is very clear that as a voter of Delaware County, I am a member with standing of the community to be able to file this challenge. All anyone would have had to do is contact the same Secretary of State's office that I did. They provide many answers to me all the time. Matter of fact, they sent 2 emails to me ahead of this challenge letting us know that they could not add anything after the filing date. Now, that wasn't what they argued the second time around. First, they said it could be fixed. Now, yesterday, they said it doesn't need to be fixed. The notary does not matter. You don't need a notary. You do not need to notarize your paperwork. I just cannot wrap my mind around a table that is full of intelligent people. The Delaware County Clerk, the Chief Elections Officer for the county. Okay? And then 3 attorneys. Peter Drum, Joe Hunter, Don McClellan. And they literally had the audacity to sit there and say, oh, the notary is not important. It doesn't need to be corrected. You don't need a signature. When just a county to the west of us made very clear to inform everybody that with a notary, you could take a notarized statement into any court in America and it would be upheld as a true and factual representation of whatever was on that sheet by having the notary. All right. Now, before we get off this subject, I want to show you here. Oh, I love it, Brandon. I love Brandon. That's amazing. Here's the can too, folks. Here's where you insert your name, but I don't know why that's on there. It's probably not important. Here's where you insert you're a registered voter of what precinct, but I'm a voter of precinct 60, but next time I'm going to put 35 because it doesn't matter. Township. Oh, well, I'm in Niles Township. I'm in Hamilton Township, but I'll put Niles Township. All right. I got a friend called Niles. I'll stick with that. I'm in the city of Muncie, but I feel like I could put, I like Hell, Indiana better. So we'll be in the city or town of Hell. Delaware County. How about what was Troy's County? Porter? I could check the Democratic box and the Republican box. See, now Rick said in 2022 that it would not allow you to do that. It would not allow you to check both boxes, but it just did. That's interesting. So next year I'll check both. It says check one, but that's probably not important, right? Name of the office. Name of office. All right. I want to run for
Lord High Pie Guy.
Oh, Lord High Pie Guy. All right. Judicial Circuit. Every time short circuit. Johnny 5. I don't know. We'll put that in there. All right, 2 most recent primary elections. Yeah, that's important or not important. Look, you can check both of those boxes too. All right, here's all that stuff. Here's all this stuff. Now look, please complete reverse form. Why? I didn't think that you needed to. It's not important. Okay, so here, my initials are KHB, but here I'm going to put WWW. Here I'm going to put XXX. Here it says initial if applicable. I'm going to say none of your biz. All right. Here I'm just going to leave that one blank. I have been a candidate for state legislative, or local office in a previous primary municipal special or general election. Yes, I have, and I'm going to also put no, I haven't, because it doesn't matter. I filed all reports. I'm going to just put no, because it doesn't matter. Initial. Dick. Sign. Signature. Ooh, I got to do it by pen. Look at that. You don't need to put a date in here. No date, no telephone, no telephone. Look at this. Candidate's email, candidate's website. Now look at this. Would you look at this? Why is this stuff here? I cannot believe those men had the audacity to say that this does not apply. Ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Real quick before we get off this topic, I do want to show you if you thought the Star Press article was bad, whoo doggies. Wait till you see what everybody's favorite radio buddy did. Look at this. This is the news from Were you guys just looking at the can too, or did I not show that?
I moved it off the screen.
Okay.
It
I was
up
afraid.
there. We were
No, you're
enjoying
good.
watching you type
Okay.
and fill it out.
Cool. I was so freaked out. I was like, oh, did I just walk through that and not show you guys? That freaked me out. Thank you for moving it off. Sometimes I don't do that. So kick ass. Look here. Delaware County challenges determined after delay. All right. Let's look and see what this is. At the reconvened meeting on Wednesday, February 28th, 2024, the Delaware County Election Board resumed their consideration of 2 challengers opposed to several. No, dude, there was only 4. Technically, there were only 3. I had one, he had one, and we had one together. There weren't several. All right. Let me help you with that, radio buddy. The 3-member group denied, and what is this? Delaware County Election Board resumed their consideration of 2 challengers opposed to several Republicans' filings as candidates for the primary election. The 3-member group denied challenges levied against candidates Brad Bookout, Ed Carroll. The Sherry Riggin challenge was withdrawn. At the February 22nd, 2024 meeting, one of the challengers' filings was denied, not on the merits, but on procedure, according to the attorney for the board. A second challenger cited a notary problem with the bookout paperwork, and he was able to rebut the challenge, but the board did not. What? Who was able to rebut the challenge? Bookout? Me? The board denied the challenge after much discussion. That same challenger cited trouble with Riggin paperwork as not being date and time stamped by the clerk's office staff, but that was withdrawn. All 3 candidates are allowed to remain on the Republican ballot for the May 2024 primary election in Delaware County. At the February 22nd, 2024 meeting, one of the challengers' filings was denied, not on the merits, but on the procedure, not according to the attorney. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. It's apparently several things. All 3 candidates remained. Okay, so I see what's going on there. It's the same. Man, I don't know if that was their accident or mine, but it put it over and over and over. So it's interesting that they don't use anybody's name. Isn't that amazing? They did not want to say. They will not say Kristopher Bilbrey. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I have to clear this up for the record. Pinnacuff has been calling me podcaster. I asked him the other day, I said, hey, could you not say that? I don't know if you're doing that to be facetious or to be part of the group. I said, if anything, I said, look, I've been around the block a time or two. This isn't my first rodeo. Obviously, it doesn't matter if someone likes what I say or doesn't like what I say. I still have been around politics for a while, and I've been doing this, and I'm not going away. Is there any way possible, instead of referring to me as the podcaster or local podcaster, that you could refer to me as political commentator? So he said, I got you, boo. I'm just not going to refer to you as anything. He didn't say that, but I just thought it was interesting. He did, though. He did put in the H as I requested. I asked that he put in the H, and to his credit, he did give me my H back. So thank you, Pinnacuff. I love it. I absolutely love it. So those are the articles there. Now, I want to move on from here to the state. I want to talk about the state real quick. So does anybody remember watching all the way back when the House had their committee hearing and J.D. Prescott was up speaking about this bill and how horrible it was because some people had held hostage some local government meetings and they were trying to save people from us? Do you remember that? Remember that all the way back several weeks ago? One of the presenters was Bob McCoy. I don't care about Bob. Brandon, do you remember when one of the speakers was Luke Britt? Do you remember when Mr. Britt got up and spoke and talked about being in favor of House Bill 1338? I'm really hoping that people remember that because he thought it was beautiful. He thought it was wonderful. Something that he was gonna be, in favor of, and it was gonna help set decorum and yada 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 yada. Brandon was disgusted. I second that. I too was disgusted. Alva remembers it. Joey says sickening. All right. Well, I'm going to call Mr. Britt tomorrow, and I'm going to record our interaction so you guys can hear it on Sunday. Come Sunday, you guys will be able to hear my interaction if he's there, if he's in the office. Let's say it's Friday, so he might not be there. But I'm going to ask him his feelings on House Bill 1338. I want to ask him his feelings on that bill because, ladies and gentlemen, if you recall, I said the other day that the the Senate committee that was tasked with hearing this was going to be able to hear this bill, and they were going to hold on, stand back, pause. I got to ask this question here a second. Jackie says, so is the author news media of the second article about Delaware County Election Board hearing? Are you asking me who the author is? Is that what you're asking me, Jackie? So who is the author? If the answer is who, the author in the news media would be Steve Lindell, and it would be coming from WLBC or WNUN or whatever his news station is called now. It was written on the WLBC News Center Facebook page is where I found that. Now, I couldn't find it because, get this, and let me ask you if this is it. Let me ask you. I'm just going to show you. Hold on, pause. I'm going to pull this down. I'm glad Jackie asked this. I'm glad that Jackie asked this. Okay, let me show you this real quick. Here's the part of that article that Steve Lindell wrote. Here's the next part. Okay. Here's the next part. All right. It says yesterday at 1:27, Delaware County challenges determined after delay. This 3-part piece of whatever this is was written by WLBC, and I assume it would be Steve Lindell. He was there. This article was written by David Pinnicuff of the Star Press. Okay. You guys can see this here. All right. I can get the Star Press because I pay for a subscription to the Star Press. However, ladies and gentlemen, and this is so insane to me, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to leave this up here so you guys can see. This is my social media account. Alva, I love it. One of those days we'll get her over here. She comes over every now and then. Okay. I'm going to type in the Star Press on Facebook. I'm going to press enter. Now look what pops up. My article about the police, Gaston Fire Department article about an update that the Star Press incorrectly published, Heather Lynn, Delaware County Awareness, What's Up Muncie, Delaware County News and Updates, Delta High School. I didn't know that. That sucks. I did not know this. See, wait, we'll wait till you see. J North. Well, let's go over here to Pages and see if that's. Where's the Star Press? Star Press Media Group. Oh, I bet that's it. That's something from 2018, 2017. Okay. This isn't the newspaper. What's this? Kate, can you do me a favor real quick? Can you pull your Facebook up on the screen and search the Star Press?
I found it.
Can you just show them what that would look like? I want them to see that this is not a trick.
What? I think this is it, isn't it? I don't know.
Well, yeah, but can you go through the search function to show what it would look like if it popped up? Like because the point I'm showing here is the Star Press has me blocked.
Oh, yeah. So there, Star Press.
Okay. So she's typed it in amongst the very
Star Press. Thing.
It's the very top thing. Okay. Click on it and let them see what it looks like.
They have blocked you?
The Muncie Star Press, a newspaper, has blocked me on social media.
That's
not just on Facebook. No. They've also blocked me on Twitter.
That's amazing.
And let me tell you, I have never cursed. I have never been vulgar. I have never threatened anybody. Matter of fact, I have actually emailed the chief of the paper and said, yo, can you tell me what the deal is? They have never, ever, ever messaged me back. Brandon, like Brandon says, look at this. Newspapers are fans of the First Amendment, ? Who would have thought? How absurd. Absurd, Ryan. That is good. But it's not just the Star Press. Hold on one second here. Let me show you this. This is the next best thing. All right? When I type in WLBC, all right? I want to show you this. This is amazing. When I come over here, okay, you've got my screen up. So look at this. You see this? WLBC 104.1 WLBC, which is a radio station around here, folks. They have not blocked me yet. But you see this here where it says 15 hours ago, this content is available at the moment. This is not available at the moment. This is their news page. This is the WLBC News Center. So, the radio station that sings she a bad bitch, she a devil, whatever that song is, and all the weird satanic music that they're playing now, the pop that these kids are into, TikTok trends music. Okay. They let me have access to all that silliness, but they will not let me have access to their news sites. This is why this is what blows my mind. It's not like I see their news stories and I'm like, oh, quick, I'm going to plagiarize them. And then I get them and I put them on my own story. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. I break the news around here. I am the news. I'm not a journalist. I'm sorry. I'm not a journalist. But I break the news far more than WLBC does. I break news far more than the Star Press does. So it'd be like Nirvana blocking the Beatles. If you don't have the Beatles, you don't have Nirvana. But vice versa, it doesn't work in reverse order. And that's what's happening here. You know why they created the government? Absolutely insane. You don't do those feel-good stories, Chris. That's the why. Yeah. And here's the thing. Like, I don't care. I think it's comical. So this was brought to my attention, and I was like, okay, this is. I mean, I don't ever know anything that these people do, and it doesn't matter because I'm always massively ahead. I'll tell you the biggest fight I've ever had with WLBC. The biggest fight I have ever had with WLBC, and I will give me 1 second here and I will show it to you. And this might have been the time that their news actually blocked me. 09 30 19. Let me see if I can show you this. Yeah, right here it is. This is hilarious to me. Here we go. Watch this.
Hey, how's it going? I'm just coming to you live here real quick to answer a few questions. We're probably about 45 minutes out from our first call. Yep, to me and to all of you watching this, a trouble breathing call, serious thing that was, and waiting for an ambulance to arrive.
No, I thought that was the one.
Today,
hold on.
What they were able to do was arrive on scene, get.
Here we go. Here we go. This is the one.
Good morning. I hope everyone is doing fine. It is just
Watch this.
Hair after 7:19 a.m. on Monday, September 30th, 2019. And I am standing here at the corner of Hackley and 12th Street in Muncie, Indiana, as the Muncie City Fire Department has started its first ever shift of BLS service for the city of Muncie. I wanted to come live first thing this morning and tell you all that the reports that are going around from WLBC this morning stating that talks between the city fire department and Delaware County EMS have broke down, or they're still ongoing, and therefore the city of Muncie has decided to hold off on starting EMS service. That information is false. If you have heard on WLBC or you've seen on social media, I will post the screenshot earlier. The games have already began, and it's sad that a group of people who are against this, whether you are for or against this either way, misleading people in that way is as bad as what they're saying is happening from the cities.
So here's the situation, folks. Muncie Fire Department 2019 was kicking off an EMS program, and it was big time, big time. Okay, it was insane, big time confusion, people fighting, people screaming, people kicking. It was nuts, political. It was insane. Right, wrong, or indifferent, it happened. It is what it was. And at 6 a.m. on September 30th, 2019, they were going to start their first ever shift. And I went and rode with them for 12 hours for their first shift. And I documented it. I was the only person. I had an exclusive. They did not let anybody else have that ability to do that. All right. So I'm driving into the station at like 5:30, and I'm listening to WLBC on the radio. I normally don't listen to WLBC. I was getting ready to kick over to 93.1 WIBC, and I hear Steve Lindell say, for all of you people out in radio land that thought that the fire department was going to kick off the thing today, they're not doing that. Talks between the city of Muncie and Delaware County EMS broke down, and they're going to be holding off a few more days. All right, back to you. We're going to play some Lady Gaga. Chuck Lofton, you have our weather? And I was like, wait a minute. That can't happen. What are you talking about? I'm on my way here. So I called the chief of the EMS program in the fire department. I'm like, hey, are you guys not starting today? And they're like, no, we're starting today. And I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, well, why? And I said, oh, I just heard on WLBC. WLBC started posting it everywhere. It was on social media. It was a big deal. They were posting this everywhere. And I was like, wait a minute. This is not true. This is nuts. They absolutely are starting. Well, I called the WLBC, and I asked to speak to their people to find out why, why this, why this hadn't happened, okay? And why this was going on. And they would not talk to me. They would not put Steve Lindell on, okay? And they would not correct the error. And finally, someone from the city of Muncie had to call and say, hey, we are running. I put this out. I was standing there. I was like, look, we're getting ready to go live. You can hear the siren in the background. And they would not correct it. I think WLBC blocked me from that point forward, and it's been ridiculous since. So I think that's kind of kind of funny to me. So that is interesting. Also, in just an aside, and as we get ready to kick over to Sproles really briefly here in a minute, also, when I was looking up these pictures, I found this, and I think that this has aged pretty well as well. Look at this picture from John Sproles. Thank you for being a top fan of mine who uses a fake account, Diane Baker. I have no idea how I'm going to survive all of this pressure from all 10 of you keyboard warriors who hate me so much, especially now that with this lawsuit that Canine Chris has filed. This is so much more scary than running to a call of gunfire or responding to bar fights with 20 plus people involved, or head-on collision with entrapment and vehicles on fire. How will I ever survive these vicious verbal attacks and frivolous lawsuits? See these frivolous lawsuits he keeps referring to? Look at where he is now. Look at where he is now. Okay? He is leading a department that is in a county who, in just a few short hours, when the clock ticks over to March 1st, has a much higher insurance situation than what they did even back on this date in July of 2023 because of this man's dumb ass actions. I just think that's funny. I just happened to see that while we were taking a trip back through social media land and looking at my old post on Facebook. I think that's interesting. A $230,000 increase in insurance premiums and $125,000 increase in deductible per incident. Thank you, Sproles. I love it. I absolutely love it. That is amazing to me. That's fantastic. Okay, now we're gonna kick back because that kind of threw us off because Jackie asked that question, and then we took a troll down the people who are not political but shouldn't probably be blocking people that hate me and block me anyways. We took a detour down there. We're getting back to the situation with the state. All right. I had asked Brandon if he remembered Luke Britt having such a gleeful tone in his voice when he talked about supporting JD's House Bill 1338. Remember, he loved it. It was going to be wonderful for him. Matter of fact, let me see. Oh, I know what I can do. Let me show you right here. I know where I can find it. This is right simple. Look at this, East Central Indiana politics. We can go right here to the playlist. Boom, bang, pow. See here. I think it's right here. No, that's. Oh, no, I know where it's at. Ta-da, that was stupid. live. Okay. You spell unconstitutional. Silence that. Yep, right here. Look here.
Raised. So it's across the state. The bill itself mirrors a lot of guidance that I've issued from my office in
Oh,
the forms
yeah.
of advisory opinions.
you're right.
This codifies those and gives them more weight. And I think that gives more confidence to local officials to keep that decorum, to keep civility, to keep those business meetings professional. Because all you have to do is go to YouTube, find a few of these examples.
Cindy, no.
Rather horrifying. It's like if I came in here right now, overstayed my welcome, called you names, yelled at you about nothing substantive in terms of public policy, but rather just was there to be disruptive for disruption's sake.
But what if it's not that?
Those
Yeah,
parameters
Chris.
around decorum and civility, giving the opportunity.
What if it's
local
not
officials
that?
to, have
All right.
craft
So we hear Luke Britt just jumping all the way up to kiss JD's ass here for whatever reason. All right. Well, I want to ask Mr. Britt if he feels the same way about this now. Let me introduce you to this article. Republican push would strictly limit public access counselors' review authority. This was published today by Tom Davies at State Affairs with in conjunction with Howie Politics. The scope of what Indiana's public access counselor could consider in reviewing open government matters would be strictly limited under provisions added to legislation in the closing days of the legislative session. Amendments that a Senate committee made this week to House Bill 1338 would also reduce the office's independence by eliminating the 4-year term the access counselor has after being appointed by the governor. The legislature in 1999 established the access counselor position to review questions from the public, government officials, and others about the state's open meetings and public records law. The public access counselors, with 2 attorneys and one other staff member, issues dozens of advisory opinions each year, but has no authority to enforce the access laws or punish violators. Advocate says amendment guts counselor's authority. All right. Senator Aaron Freeman, Republican from Indianapolis, offered the amendment allowing the access counselor's advisory opinions to consider only public access laws as plainly written and valid opinions of Indiana courts. They're wanting to really tie his hands, his or her. Freeman, which is chair of the Senate Corrections and Criminal Law Committee, expressed frustration with the public access counselor Luke Britt's opinion without giving specifics during Tuesday's meeting when the provision was added. So he said, I don't like him and I don't like what he does, but I'm not going to tell you why. The public access counselor, it says that he is, in this case, the public access counselor, it says that he, in this case, shall liberally construe the code, Freeman said. He issued some opinions that I vehemently disagree with, and I think others in our body and in this building vehemently disagree with. Ooh, strong words. The amendment functionally guts the access counselor's ability to consider the context of a situation unless it has been directly addressed by the legislature or court, said Amelia McClure, executive director of the Hoosier State Press Association. The code can never contemplate all of the different circumstances that public access concerns are going to arise, McClure said. So the public access counselor has to consider new technologies, what location, the circumstances of the conversation in a way that a civil code will never be able to contemplate. Britt was appointed access counselor in 2013 by then Governor Mike Pence and reappointed by Governor Eric Holcomb in 2017 and again in 2021. Here's a picture of Mr. Britt sitting behind a big desk. Britt, whose current term runs until October 31st, 2025, declined to comment to the state affairs on Freeman's amendments. The governor's office didn't immediately reply Thursday to a request for comment. The restrictions on the access counselor's office were not raised during the first 7 weeks of this year's legislative session and became public only 2 days before the state committee's deadline to take action. This is so insane. Read this next line here. Some conservatives criticized an opinion Britt released last fall in which he concluded the Hamilton East Public Library Board in Fishers violated the open meeting law when 2 board members met with their attorney at a coffee shop. Why are we helping government have closed-door meetings and do things that they shouldn't be doing? And the fact that Britt slapped them back in their place with an opinion is not bad. That opinion came amid public debate over a push by conservative members of that board to review all Luth section books and move those with inappropriate content to adult sections. The opening section of the Indiana's public records law states that it should be liberally construed to implement this policy and place the burden of proof for the non-disclosure of public records on the public agency that would deny access to the record. Freeman said during the committee meeting that he favored striking the liberally construed phrase from the law, but other senators thought that that went too far. The amendment limiting access counselors' authority was added to the bill on a 5-3 vote. Democratic Senator Taylor joined Freeman and other Republicans, Mike Boack and Cindy Carrasco and Eric Koch, I assume, to vote yes, while Republicans Liz Brown, Sue Glick, and Democrat Rodney Pohl voted against the amendment. Glick said the restriction on what the access counselor could consider didn't make sense. You're paying an attorney for their opinion, and now you're limiting that, Glick said. Absolutely stupid. Listen to this. This change would also eliminate the term for office. Freeman also advocated for an amendment eliminating the access counselor's 4-year term, making the option that one that serves at the pleasure of the governor. When we have a new governor, I believe the governor should be able to pick the person they are choosing to serve. As any other appointed office, we serve at the privilege of the governor. So I believe this should be no different. Those people appointed to lead state departments can typically be removed at the governor's discretion. However, hundreds of appointments to state boards and other positions, such as election division co-directors, are made for set terms. McClure, the Hoosier State Press Association director, said eliminating the 4-year term would take away some of the office's independence from political concerns. That's important when the advisory opinion is interpreting actions of all kinds of different bodies that have all kinds of different political affiliations, she said. The full bill, which initially focused only on allowing local government boards to establish meeting decorums, could be taken up by the full Senate next week. The additions will still also need approval from the House before this year's legislative session ends by March 14th. So, they are getting really close to when this is going to crap out. And they're getting really, really close. But let me tell you, this is insane. Because what they're doing is basically saying, if the public access counselor gets out of line, the governor can now let them go. They now know where they stand in the eyes of the legislature and the governor. Because look at what Brandon said the other night. They're already saying you can't access anything from the State House, basically. That is insane. Like Kate said up here, this new amendment only allows him to basically use precedent to deal with public access questions. This ties his hands in so many ways. It basically makes him... the office of the access counselor was basically useless anyways. The one good thing about him was he was free to make his advisory opinions. Now, this makes him completely ineffective. They are taking down our rights to fight them step by step by step by step. And we've lost so many this year. From December 1st to the 29th of February, we have taken a beating, folks. We've taken a beating. From the local to the state to the federal. We're in a bad go of it. Kate put up a video that I want you guys to watch, and what I'm going to do here, just briefly, we're going to watch just a section of this. Now, this is a situation where they're probably going to kill us on the replay of this. So chances are, if you're not watching live, you'll never, ever, ever, ever even see this. So we're going to watch this just 1 second. This is interesting, and I want you guys to hear this. This is a 29-minute speech, so we're not going to listen to the whole thing. We're basically going to listen from about 1:40 to 6 minutes. All right? I want you guys to hear this.
That can be heroes or we can be villains. And it's easy to be a villain because sometimes it's hard to know the difference between good and evil. It gets confusing. To me, it's gotten really clear lately. But it can be difficult to see, and you can get frustrated and tired. You can be afraid, and by not standing, you become a villain. So we really need to look ourselves and find out what's inside of each one of us that we're afraid of and conquer it. We need to know who we are, and then we need to know what we're for. It's not enough anymore to be against something. I am so tired of being against the communists, the progressives, the insanity that is today. We need to be for something. We need to be for an idea. We have to know our why. Why are we here? Let me show you some things on the chalkboard. If we're here for freedom, let me ask you, what does freedom mean? I've tried to answer that for a while to myself. I was over in England, and they all claim to be free. Not to my understanding of freedom. So what does freedom even mean? Well, let's get a couple of things straight here. Left and right. In Europe, what is the left? Communism. Go on, say it. It's communism. Communism is on the left. Now we're talking Europe. What is the far right in Europe? Fascism. So you have fascism on this side. But that's the European right. And what they go through are times when they go between fascist and communist back and forth, and hopefully they can hold themselves in the middle long enough to have a breath that they claim is freedom. This is the European model. In America, communists on the right or the left? The left. Where are fascists? Thank you. Fascists are on the left as well. What about Iran? Is that right or left? A theocracy. Is that right or left? It is a left. All of anything that is authoritarian in America, and this is what makes us different. It's not like this any place else in the world, because any place else in the world went from king or king, control or control. And so they were used to that, but that's not what we were. What is the far right in America? Freedom. The extreme right. Thank you. Anarchy. That's the extreme right. So when they say, oh, these right-wing extremists, they just want to be Nazis, they might be talking to a crowd in Europe, but not here in America. If you're a right-wing extremist, you want no government. So now where were we at the beginning? At the beginning, with the Articles of Confederation, we were there. Our founders wanted a government so small that it was almost anarchy, but not quite. It was just out of the reach of anarchy. But they made the government in the Articles of Confederation too small. So we had to abolish that. And then we put the Constitution just a little farther away. And then, over time, we keep moving until we're right about here now. We are within the reach of a tyrant from the right or the left. It doesn't matter what they call it. If it's on the extreme left in America, it is totalitarianism. We are not Europe. Our Constitution is supposed to put us here. But what happens is left and right in America, they start having an argument. Here's the Democrats, here are the Republicans. Because of progressivism, they're both pretty much saying the same thing, and they're just both moving this direction. That's what we have to break. We have to go back, move them back this way. By knowing what fascism is, knowing what communism is, knowing what progressivism is. Progressivism is just the idea of moving slowly, progressing towards this side of the chalkboard. That's what makes us different. And the reason why this is happening to us is because we've never read our owner's manual, ever. We've never read it. I mean, if something goes wrong with your car, you read the owner's manual, you find out exactly what to do. Guys are notorious for never reading the owner's manual. Well, I stand here today to tell you for 40 years I never read the owner's manual of the United States of America. It's the Constitution is our owner's manual. Without that, we're lost. That's why we're having the problems that we're having now.
There you go, folks. There you go. There you go. I tell you, we need to get back to basics. I'm not even going so crazy as saying that I hate Democrats. I hate every Democrat. I'm not going to say that. I'm telling you, a one-party state, all Republicans everywhere, all Republicans all the time, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, in every aspect is not good. I don't want all Democrats. I don't want all left-leaning liberals. I don't want all right-leaning conservatives. But if we don't get back to basics and say, what do we want for ourselves? What do we want for our families? What do we want for our little place in the universe? What do we want for our block? What do we want for our neighborhood? What do we want for our section of town? What do we want for our town? What do we want for our county? What do we want for our district? What do we want from our region? What do we want from our state? What do we want for our country? We don't start doing that, we are going to lose it all. We are going to lose it all. And that's a bad place to be. The conservative, I can't say the Republican Party ideology, it has become cult-like. The Democratic Party ideology, it has become cult-like. This idea of crazy tribalistic party politics has become so nuts. And these people are not even hiding any of this anymore, folks. They're saying, yes, we are doing wrong. You know we're doing wrong. We're doing wrong in front of everyone on live streaming video, and we're okay with that. And Catherine. Thank you, Cindy. We're in a really bad way. And I'm telling you that a new day is coming. Like it or not, a new day is coming. But what kind of day do we want? What kind of day do we deserve? What kind of day should we get? What kind of day would you like it to be? And then you've got to say, I want to be involved. I got to be involved. I've got to help make it. Look, we're not going to have a better election board until we have a better clerk, until we have better party chair people. We're not going to have better party chair people until we get 150 people to file for precinct committee person. That's already done. We didn't have that many people file. We're shit out of luck. Madison County, they might be able to pull it off this year. Maybe so, maybe not. We'll have to see. But they're taking steps. We've just got to get our mind in gear. There's so many people out there worrying about so much stupid shit that doesn't even remotely come close to touching you. And this stuff is the real deal. This is the shit that touches you. The Flowbee vacuum haircut system allows you to create the most popular haircut styles. Flowbee can cut your hair from a 1/2 inch to 6 inches long in any 1/4 increment. You idiot. Oh my God. I just, I don't know. Where's your reel, Catherine? Send it to me. Send it to Kristopher H. Bilbrey. Send it to I'll send it to you and I'll play it. We're getting ready to roll new clerks. Absolutely. Works miracles on pubic hair too. Send it to, I'm gonna send you a place for you to send it to. And then we're going to roll out of here for the evening. I just sent you a message, Catherine. Send it to me on my private Facebook. This is not cop haircut. What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about while we're waiting to send me that? I think we're waiting on Catherine to send me that. I can give you a cop haircut. I'm looking. All right, give me 1 second. Oh. Here we go. There we go. There you go, Jack. That's what I'm going to do right there. I know you are, Wanda. There you go. Right there. That's the haircut I'm going to get just for you, Jack. That's honestly not right. That's probably the best one I can find. What I used to do is I used to skin the sides and do a half on top. I only did that for like a week, and then I was like, okay, I did that for about 2 years while in uniform. Hey, Wanda, I appreciate it, brother. I know. Hey, we like to have fun here. That's what it's all about. I want to grow me out a ponytail. Yeah, this was a moment in an election board that I could not believe. Listen to this. Listen to this. Oh yeah. Wanda, you're allowed to say whatever you want. Here we go. Listen to this.
The second thing is, am I allowed to ask the board a question? And the signature that I signed, do you have that in front of you? Can you read my signature?
Well, it looked like to me it was Robert?
You don't know? I initialed the back of that form to you, you just can't read it.
Oh my God. I like this. You put it together very well.
The second thing is, am I allowed to ask?
That was very well put together. That was very well put together, Bree. You did a very good job on that. I've been watching your videos. What I need to do is I need to find out a way Wanda, I see what you're saying there. That's hilarious. No, you're always good, bro. Let me say, we need to find a way, Bree, if you would be okay with that, for you to send those to me and me upload them, and I would give you credit for it if you would want. I would say that you created them or whatever. I'm just trying to think of ways to get them out and to spread them around. You know, if you're not okay with that, I definitely don't want to take your work. I would figure out a way to give you credit or to say that, so we'd figure something out. But that is very good. I love it. I think that's fantastic. I think that's a great idea, and I am all for that. And you do really good work with all of that. You do really good work with all of that. I don't know where Rick's is at. Someone would have to send it to me. Brianna, if you've got Rick's, send it to me. Okay, we've got Rick's going here. Give me 1 second here. Here we go. Listen to this. No, Wanda, you're good, bro.
Here, Ray Gardner is my name and what I went by for 50 plus years. Anyway,
recorded your bankruptcies.
Ray Gardner is my name and what I went by for 50 plus years. Anyway,
recorded your bankruptcies.
Here, Ray Gardner is my name and what I went by for 50 plus years. Anyway,
recorded your bankruptcies.
He's saying Rick Gardner is my name. It's what I went by for 54 years, to which the member of the audience says, not according to your bankruptcies, which is just amazing. And he looks back over and he's looking to try to figure out who said it. And it's fantastic.
What I went by for 50 plus years. Anyway,
recorded your bankruptcies.
Oh God, I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, Wanda, we're growing slowly but surely, bro. We are coming to you live, and we are proud of. We love every one of you guys that we've got here. We think it's fantastic, and I am so happy. Oh, look here, we even found another one of these. I can show you. Here's another cop cut. Me with my niece in the pool. There's actually. Hey, look at that! I got my shirt off. Can you believe it? There's a cop cut for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you all so very much for everything, for being here, for watching this. This was kind of a weird episode. I didn't really have much to talk about, but I just wanted to let you guys know that there was a couple loose ends we needed to tie up. I wanted to talk about the deal with Luke Britt, and I wanted to talk to you about the articles in the newspaper with the election board. We are in the process of putting the last couple weeks of Muncie business back in line. We've got a Muncie City Council meeting coming up Monday, and on Sunday we'll actually go through the agenda for the Muncie City Council meeting. We'll look at what's going on there. We will be in attendance at the Muncie City Council meeting, and we're going to get back to watching what's going on with the day-to-day grind of the governments in Muncie and Anderson and Newcastle and Henry County and Madison County and Delaware County and Randolph County and Winchester. Lisa Friend is still missing in action. I'm going to reach out to John Bruchin and find out what he's willing to do, because he did say that he would be looking to kick her off if she didn't start attending. She has not, to my knowledge, attended a council meeting yet this year, has she, Kate?
No, she has not.
She has not attended a council meeting so far this year. There's one or two in January, one or two in February. That's at least four. Maybe it's 2 or 4, but she's not attended either of them. So she needs to be finding the door, no matter if it is 2 or 4. So that's going on. I will let you guys know. I do have some record requests out currently to the Henry County Sheriff's Department and the Henry County Attorney. I have record requests to the city of Delaware County. And I have record requests that are going to be going out. Again, I'm going to type them and send them out tomorrow to Delaware County and Madison County. Reference the weights and measures guy over there, Russ Willis, and the auditor over here in Delaware County. So we're going to have a lot to be going over the next couple of days, weeks, and months, as well as following the 2024 election. So you guys get ready, strap in. We got a lot to do. Please share the show with everyone you know. Spread the word, comment, share the link, do what you got to do. If you need anything, let me know, and we will figure it out. Don't forget about, hey, I'm glad you brought that up. Don't forget about the gifting page. Bree is awesome, and she's done a lot of good work, and I want to show you this. I want to share this with you. Give me 1 second and let me pull this up. This is about the project. The mission is to create a hyperlocal. All right, I'm going to pull this up here because I want to share this. She asked that I would share this, and I said that I would, and I want to be true to my word. Okay, so this is a message I got the other day. Breonna Davis, a young woman in Anderson who's just getting into the political aspect of all of this and is doing a really good job, and she's got an eye and a mind and a heart for the community and helping people out and really wanting to make a difference. She runs a group, an organization, a page called Gifting with Integrity, Madison County. She's also started one for Muncie because they don't have one. Muncie doesn't have one. It covers Muncie, Yorktown, Daleville, Cowan, Reed Station. I probably need to get her the other small towns like Eaton and Albany and Gaston and Selma. I can help her with that. let them know that. She said it has basically 0 members in the Muncie, Delaware County, because she's from Madison County. So the one in Madison County is growing, but we need to grow it bigger. But the one in Muncie and Delaware County, we need to grow bigger too. And I'm asking for all of my people, specifically from Muncie and Delaware County, to go in there and like the page. I'm going to share it here in a minute. She says, I'm not in a bunch of Muncie groups, so if you find places for it in your show, would you please talk about it? I said, I absolutely would. It's called Gifting with Integrity, and she told me that she could send a link. I'm going to show you this link here, right here. Okay. This is Gifting with Integrity, worldwide map, the fine print, frequently asked questions, admin support group. Start a group of training, contact about us, train. Okay, Gifting with Integrity, an admin support group. Gifting with Integrity was established in December of 2020 when Buy Nothing Project founders decided to take a complete 180 in the direction of Buy Nothing. Despite the different direction the project is going, as admins with several years of experience and combined knowledge, we decided to run parallel to the project and retain the original core and tenets that make Buy Nothing groups so unique and special. We will continue supporting local admins and provide material and tools to help local groups be successful. We do not intend to host or encourage the hosting of advertisements within our Facebook groups. Okay, and so here's this. This is about the project, the mission to create a hyper-local gifting community, get people to be neighborly again, and reduce waste of our environment. Link to Muncie. Now, here's the Muncie page. I thought I was on the Muncie page. That was something else. I'm going to show you here. Link to Muncie. Give me 1 second here. I'll share this. This is where you guys need to go. And I'm going to join this group right now. Join. I'm going to share. Thank you for your interest in joining our hyper local gifting group. To verify you live within our boundaries, please let us know the name of the street your home is on and the nearest cross street. I'll do this. Okay. That. You can join one group only, the group where you live, so you can literally give to your real life neighbors. Are you currently a group of any other hyper? No. Are you at least 18 years of age? If your membership was declined pending more than 1 week, please check the message or contact the admins. Yes. I agree. Submit. Admins have received your answers, and something will happen to me amazingly soon. Bree, make it happen to me. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. So I'm going to share this out on my page, and we're just asking to help people here. That's one thing we'd like to do. So I'll be sending this out, and if you're so inclined, please like, share, follow. You can just put your town. I know one to only have. So, yeah, I think that this is a pretty cool thing. I think she's trying to do a good thing here. I approved. Just refresh. Let me go back and do that. Refresh. She approved me already. Let's see what happens. Hey, Kristopher, welcome to Gifting with Integrity Muncie. My name's Brianna, and you're badass. Okay, cool. Next. At your own risk. Ooh. Posting standards. Okay, I'll do that. Give where you live. Give where you live. Come as you are. I mean, no strings attached. No advice. Keep it kind. Respect your neighbors. No cash. We are not a charity. Got it. Look at this. I thought that was like going to be, I don't know what I thought that was going to be. No one has ever become poor by giving. Anne Frank. Join our group. Yeah, I will start sharing this, Brianna. Thank you for reminding me. I after the episode last night, I was like, damn it, I didn't share Brianna's thing. I'm so sorry. I will share this. I'll get the word out and we'll see what we can do. It's got 10 members. I'd like to try to grow this bigger than that here real soon. So I'm going to share it in my feed. I'm going to say 02 29 24. Hey, my friend Donna Davis created this group. The political spotlight is their mission. Please, oops. Are so inclined. Doot. All right, one more thing here I got to do. Man, and I'm telling you guys, I just looked. Look, I'll have to show you this. That's crazy. I didn't know all of that. I want to show you guys. I hope people like Jackie Fisher's still here. Give me 1 second. I'll show you why. Look what I just found when I was going back and I was looking for this. I needed to put this on here. Here's the signature. All right, I'll share that. Okay, I want you guys to look at this real quick. Let me get back up to the top. I'm going to share this page. Look, this is my Facebook page. Okay. Hey! Thank you, Catherine, doctor there. Thank you for helping me there. Yeah, last night was a lot. I had a lot of shit. So yeah, I'm glad we were able to share it. Look at this. For all of you that watch this on Facebook, I want you guys to look at this. Here's my page. Okay, here's the doctor. Here's the sheriff thing that I shared this morning. Look, your video contains content claimed by someone else. Block. Your video is muted in certain countries where Meta does not have music rights. Your video is blocked. It can't be viewed in 2 locations. Your video contains content claimed by someone else. I'm telling you, someone...
This is Facebook?
Yeah.
These are the Facebook feeds of it?
Mm-hmm. But every so often, if you remember, Kate, Facebook used to do this back when we did just the Facebook feed. Remember that? And what it does is someone is reporting these. Somebody is doing that. So I'm just letting you people know that watch this solely on Facebook, if you are like, hey, I can't get Bill, there is somebody out there, and I'm not going to name this person, and if they ever hear this again, they'll know I'm talking about them, but then there might be more. But there's literally a person out there that contacts my mother about once a month and says, hey, is Chris still doing the show? I try to find him, but I can't find him anywhere. And they always listen to Perception is Reality, but they always wanted to watch the live feeds too. And they just couldn't find me on Facebook. And I try to make it very clear to people. I put this link everywhere. It is easy. Just go to YouTube and do the shit on YouTube, and then you can, it's kind of like set it and forget it. You can set up a notification, and it just sends you a notification every time I go live, every time I do live on location, every time we make a short, every time we make a static video, anytime we make a post or do anything on YouTube, it will send you a notification, and then you're boom, bang, pow, in. So just do that and cut the ties of Facebook forever. Facebook's fine. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, share the show with everyone you know, comment, and do all that shit. We will see you back here Sunday. I'm off tomorrow, and I'm off Saturday. We're going to have a great weekend. I'm going to try to work on some shorts and maybe a couple static videos. You guys take care. Have a great, great weekend. A good Friday night, a good Saturday night, and get rested up and back and ready to work at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. God bless each and every one of you. We love you very much. Take care. God bless. Have a good night. Goodbye.